So in the previous set of tutorials, we went through the settings, we set up our database, and we set up our project. Now we're going to go ahead and create an app now. Now there's a difference between a project and an app. For example, our CMS here, what we call CMS, is our project. It's the overall bundle of things. Now the project is going to contain several apps. In this case, our app, what we're going to create today, is a blog. And the purpose behind apps is the dry method, which is don't repeat yourself. So if you're creating an app, a blog app in another project, it'd be pretty smart of you to just grab it from the other project and slide it into this project. So if another client came along and you already created an app, what's the point of rewriting the whole thing code-wise? You can just grab it, slide it into your new project, make minor adjustments if there has to be one, and then we can go ahead and move on with our project. Makes things a lot easier. There's no reason to repeat yourself. So go ahead and open up your terminal, and we're going to create our first app. So with that being said, let's get, if you still have your server running, Control-C will kill it. And then we're going to put in a command using manage.py. Like I said, it's going to be your best friend. And we're going to go ahead and create an app. So Python 3 manage.py start app blog. All right. So this is going to run and create us a new app. And what it does is in the back end, Django will go ahead and set up some files for us and a new directory within our project that will allow us to create an app. So let's go ahead and open up our text editor. And if you look up here, you see blog was added. And that's our app, okay? And the CMS is technically our project. So if we look in the blog, we see they added migrations, and this is for database migrations. We'll see this when we actually migrate our database. And then you see init.py. And init.py is just an empty file that indicates to Python, hey, treat blog as a module. All right, so it treat it as a Python directory, basically. You can think of it that way. And then there's admin, and this is for the admin framework that the Django ships with. And we will use it sparingly with our project. And really the only person that will have access to this is you as the developer. We're going to create a actual admin application for our project because the admin framework is actually just designed for minor usage. There's too much access in that background that you wouldn't want to give other users. So we'll actually make an admin app, and basically the developer should only have access to the admin.py in my beliefs. Now apps.py, this is just the configuration of your app. Sometimes we use this, sometimes we don't. Don't worry about it too much right now because we're not going to use it with this app. Alright, models.py. This is the database. This is how we set up the database, the fields in the database. So we're going to work on this in the next tutorial, but this one's really important. This is usually your starting point when you start with apps. You work with the model, and then you most likely would go to admin.py or to views.py, and after views.py you go to urls.py, and that will give you the ability to actually build your app. Test.py, we'll look at this at some point in this tutorial series. I'll build a test for you guys and show you how to test it. You probably should always use test in your projects. I am somewhat lazy and don't use it, but you should use it. I have used it before and it works great on bigger, tougher projects, but for the blog it's pretty simple. We won't need it here. And I kind of want to show you guys how the whole Django system works versus spending a lot of time on testing our app. Maybe we'll do a whole nother tutorial series on that eventually. The next thing is views.py, and this is how we handle request and with the URLs request. So basically when we get a request or a response, we handle it this way. We'll look at this more in a couple, about 3 more tutorials. We'll look at views and how to set up views, and then we'll be able to display something on the front end of our project. All right. So basically, that's what Django creates for us. It does a lot of legwork. Instead of us sitting here have to create a directory and then create another directory for migrations and create all these little files here, Django already does that, and it imports what it needs to run, like render for views, test case, models, the Django database models. It does all this hard or annoying repetitive stuff for us, which is awesome. So in the next tutorial, we're going to jump in and create our first database model, and we'll check out how that all works. So I'll see you then.